Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Last time, had to clean up a little side dungeon, go back to the old Fractal Continuum, and then we got to play probably one of my favorite pieces of crossover content in gaming history. No, seriously, that is how you do a crossover right. You don't make it timed exclusive. I'm sorry. I understand the idea of a timed exclusive, but they really just get on my nerves. Speaking of getting on my nerves, last time in the main story, Yotsuyu's brother. Oof, what a piece of work that guy is. And I have a feeling we're about to run into him again before too long as we pick up the main story with Gosetsu and Tsuyu. Ah, Dekumon, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating efforts with the Brute Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. Right. They're part of the bargain. Keep the Red Kojin from summoning. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Guardian's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. 'Twould seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Well, it sounds like a good idea. According to the letter, Yotsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma. Assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Isashi weren't the one to spot it. Yeah, no kidding. Doubly so, since this guy worships at the altar of Xenos, he has got, let's just say, a thing about us. Agreed. Let us make straight away for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. Oh, I'm sure he will be. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru, especially now that I've paid off my debt. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Yeah, it must be good to have that debt dealt with, Alphino. Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Oh shit. God, I hope he's alright. Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. That's rather convenient, actually. We will visit him at once. Dekumon, Alice, shall we? We shall. I suspect this is a voiced cutscene.
Open wide now.
Oh my gosh, she's feeding him. Oh, I bet he's thrilled about this. His face is perfect.
Please to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself.
He gets embarrassed the moment we have company.
I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Some dango, perhaps?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai. I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
Uh-oh. Nope, memory trigger.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Yeah, even if we are inconveniently timed.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Yeah, sure you will.
Take off your clothes.
Uh-oh. This just got a little more interesting.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you, this is not.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Alpha knows death glare.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
There we go. Much better. Wow. This is awkward. Ooh, damn, big scar.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
Some of those look like bullet wounds.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Mm-hmm. That it will. Uh-oh. No, she's remembering! Oh god, I was kidding about the bullet wound thing.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
No, her memory's starting to come back slowly. Shit.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire, and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events! I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him! You couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains, he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given all for his liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. And me too. This is no pretense. Oh, hey, Yukiri. Yukiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I'd like to hear. I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Perhaps it is, but at the same time, that flash definitely feels like there's a little bit of repair work going on under the hood. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu, and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. That's a good idea. Understandably, she is as good as fasten the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Guardians are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Well, this exchange is happening fast. Alright, where am I meeting them? Where am I meeting them? I am somewhere still in the Enclave, it looks like. There you two are. Man, trapezing through the Enclave. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be too long. Yeah? And? Uh-oh. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She's nowhere to be found. God dang it. Where should she be? What? But the Guardians will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. How? This is the only way in or out. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... yes. Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help onto the boat. White as new-fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Damned right you did. God dang it. Wrong? No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Great, she's out. Well, I have a hazard of a guess as to where she's going. It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come from this. No good can come from this indeed. I have a sneaking suspicion she went off to go get a persimmon. Oh, I am running out of inventory space. That's not good. All right, inventory is a touch cleaner now. All right, Hien, gone like the morning dew. Oh boy. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but call me help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. Well, obviously we're gonna help. We are at your service, Lord Hien, now as before. Let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. Good call. All right. Now, where would I find a persimmon is the question. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fulminus. And me? Dekumon, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yakuza Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our effort. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find her. Alright, now where am I headed? Yakuza Manor. What's the Namazu area? He did mention the Namazu. Great, the bloody catfish. Wasn't the last time I was here when we were trying to ambush Xenos? That sounds like a terrible idea. What about, alright, what do we got? Welcome to Yakuza Manor. Yes. Is there anything you care to know? You need only, a pale-skinned woman. I have seen no such traveler. I am sorry to say. Oh, sorry. Skillies in Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. So she didn't come here. Not directly, or at least this one didn't see. I think, there we are. Unusually pale skin. Yes, I saw this woman on the way back from a fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. God dang it, Tsuyu, you're gonna get hurt, or I'm gonna have to chase down Yotsuyu, in which case all hell's gonna break loose. This is the spot. What am I doing here besides looking at some angry Lupin? You see no sign of Yotsuyu to the north. Perhaps she's somewhere farther off to the northeast. One of these quests. Breadcrumb trail. Don't mind me, I'm just being dragged around by my nose from one location to another. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she's yet further to the northeast. Or I was lied to by the Namazu. That's entirely plausible. Jesus, I'm almost a Yangsha. She really have made it this far? That is a long survey time. Hello? Yotsuyu, are you around here? Yotsuyu was nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. Oh no. Oh no. Yep, that's her hat. I can see it from here. Well, this is not good. This was her only form of disguise. A cursory glance is all that's required to confirm your suspicions. It's the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you found her at Sakazuki. Not good. About 8 different kinds of not good. The music's not helping either. Oh no. Dekumon, before you ask, our search of Kusakari and its surroundings have yielded exactly naught. Save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alice has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. Well, I'm pretty sure she's over in Namai over there. How did you fare at Yakuza Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Barely, but still. Towards Namai? By the Kami! If the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the paddies. The village square is yours. Well, that basically confirms she's going to be in the village square. Also, getting foggy in here. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh my god, she's just walking right up to them!
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
I knew it! I knew she was here looking for a persimmon! Girl, you troublemaker.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
Oh god, this is gonna jog her memory.
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
Well, this is gonna end well. Even the dog man's like, oh god. Well, maybe I could get lucky and convince them that this is just her twin sister, Yotsuyu. Or maybe not Suyu would be the better name. Well, you're gonna have fun explaining this one, Hien. That I promise you. Oh no.
It can't be.
It's Issei.
She couldn't have survived.
Oh no. No, no, not the memories!
What did I do?
Nothing good. I promise you nothing good.
As if you don't know!
She doesn't!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
They still look pretty damn afraid.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead!
I too was surprised to learn of her survival.
That you were. I remember that.
More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate.
And yet here she stands. Might want to check that sword.
But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Yep. Oops, sorry.
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
See, this is exactly how I expected you to act. Man, this is Fordola all over again.
What I saw then, it's all true.
Yep. God, her memory is starting to come back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know, it'd have been more interesting if they actually gave her the character named Tsuyu while she had the memory loss.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you!
Uh-oh. I think the little kid is gonna forgive her. Or kick her in the face, I'm not sure which.
Here, there's no need to cry.
Look at Azabi, being the bigger girl. Persimmon?
Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Leave it to the kids to figure it out for the adults, right?
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma.
As soon as her memories return, we're kicking her out of the country and back to the Garleans. Or hanging her.
I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
Yeah, will Issei be so quick to forgive? Or at least bury the hatchet?
All right. I'll keep my peace.
Good.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Come on, bring it in for a hug, kid. Well, that could have gone far worse. Oh, really? That's where the quest ends? Wow. Guess I'll take the silver pieces. Really should find a place to sell those at some point. That was a very unexpected end to that quest. Fruits of her labor, literally. That would have been better avoided. But at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. I wouldn't be so sure of that. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to her Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Ha! And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. After all, we went through an awful lot of trouble to get it. Well, we certainly keep taking the long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Formanus and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alice should still be there, conducting their search. Yeah, please keep her on a short leash, Yugiri. Do not need her wandering off again. Of course, it had to be hazy out when we were doing all of this. It seems our imperial guests have already arrived. It is time to meet with the ambassador. I thought I saw that ship in the background. Well, let's see if this guy can keep the peace or if he's gonna go berserk on me. That is a lot of crates.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
I would hope so.
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
I do not like it when he says that. I have a very bad feeling about this. The face he's giving me is not helping either. Oh no. Please tell me that's not Yotsuyu's parents. Oh shit, it is.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look, well...
Oh my god. This is gonna trigger her something fierce. Yep, I knew it. Here come the memories.
Of all the people.
Mm-hmm.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
It might be jogging some memories loose, but I guarantee you they ain't anything but sweet. Jesus. Oh, and of course the brother's just there the whole time watching it go on. No, not the persimmon! And the weird-ass mirror that he gave her in the last chapter.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
Good girl, Tsuyu. Good girl. Just keep those memories buried deep.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient.
Jerk.
You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma.
Don't like this guy. Don't like this guy.
Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
Sahi's such a scumbag. That's right. Stay with her, Yugiri.
We continue with the exchange as planned then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Gotta tell you, this exchange is getting awful tense here. Even Alpha knows suspicious. And I'm still wondering what the hell's in all those crates. Don't tell me the Garleans decided to box up all the conscripts. I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I've sent it back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You know you're out of the cutscene when the fog rolls back in. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence. More like, we can discuss it upon return. Oh dear. Alphino, what are you thinking? We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim over her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in.
I'm assuming he's gotten Tsuyu's persimmon by this point.
When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
Oh, it was a hell of a story, man.
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses.
Yeah, then all he did was traumatize her.
It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
Damn cruel.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Join the club, Gosetsu.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
Be good.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention.
Oh? Are you finally going to enlighten us with your little, thought there?
I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum.
Mm-hmm.
The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
Something like that.
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord, forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone.
Not again!
Gone?
God dang it.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
Wait. Isn't this the maidservant that was talking with Asahi in the last chapter?
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Dude, of course. Yotsuyu, seriously? Well, here we are, wandering around the Enclave. Where in the blazes could she be?
Help! Help!
Eh? Who was that? Oh, fudge. The hell happened here? Whoa. Oh, fuck.
Help me!
No way. No way did Asahi just kill his own parents. Or did Yotsuyu find out? No? Her memories are starting to return and she doesn't want any part of it. Then the parents confront her and she freaks out, right? Is that the plan? Or worse, have they fully come back and she's become...
If only I hadn't remembered.
Yep. She's starting to come back to herself. Oh shit.
He should hate me.
Oh god. I fully realize what she's about to do. Before her parents show up and change the fate, she was gonna kill herself here. Oh damn. Yep, I knew it.
But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Gotta say though, that's not the traditional way that blade is used. That's usually used for a gut punch. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
Oh gee, don't you sound like a loving mother.
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery.
Oh my god. Okay, you know, I had some degree of sympathy for watching you die, but it's gone now. Yotsuyu, go right ahead.
You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure.
Wow. Can we call this a Final Fantasy XIV Karen alert?
We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Oh, lady, you deserve everything that's about to happen. Both of you do.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament.
Wow. Yeah, you two are both pieces of work. Oh no.
You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Oh my god, you sick mother! Uh-oh. She's remembered enough.
Ah, my beloved parents.
There's that voice.
No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be.
Great. Tsuyu's gone and Yotsuyu is fully back in control.
Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it.
Shit.
To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world?
Oh yeah, this is definitely... You are wholly a creature of their making.
For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies.
Uh-oh. That sounds very bad.
And it begins
with you!
Oh, fudge!
Yotsuyu!
What? Holy cow, that's something right out of a horror movie. God.
No!
Oh, in the back. God. Yeah, that's something right out of a slasher fic right there. Oh, good lord, that face. Oh no. Son of a... Ugh! God dang, I hate this guy.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Yeah, you might be next on the old chopping block here.
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Wow.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me?
Oh, this is still your fault.
To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed.
Oh yeah? She's more than willing to demonstrate one more time.
But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Shit. It's that damn mirror again. Well, that was a fun little vision.
Please. I don't want to die.
Yeah, I'm not helping you. After what I saw, you deserve what just happened.
Any sign of her?
Yeah, just...
What happened here?
Not the kind of signs you want to hear about. Because this is going to be a hell of a story, man. And you're not going to like it.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives.
Yeah, but Asahi did not give two shits about his parents. And this is what happens when you worship at the altar of Xenos. Life is exceedingly cheap. Doubly so when it's other people's lives.
But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Alright. Well, nobody's gonna like the tale we have to tell. Great. Yotsuyu is back in full force. This has not been a good time. We have recovered the Norris's remains and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. That would probably be a good idea. Conscripts and contingencies. So, my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is, by any measure, a cruel twist, not least for Gosetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the Guardian's hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted. And that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in plan before the meeting begins. A wise precaution. If the main structure of Castrum Forminis is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. That sounds really useful. Pray, allow me to join you. I have some experience of Imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be of at least some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sebuken, on the other hand, would require only a single run, and leave us far less vulnerable on the water. Assuming, of course, Rasho can be convinced to part with one. Well, considering that probably a not inconsequential number of these conscripts could be from the Ruby Sea, I think we could convince him. Might I take the lead on this? I've had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. And I won't be alone, will I, Dekumon? No, you will not. You can count on me. Yeah, suppose not. No. I am the dependable one. I am more than willing to go along. Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. It's just a shame Lise won't be there to reprise her role. I am certain you would make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Well, what choice do we have? Come now, you giddy. They stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Elfino and I shall be about our task. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We're getting close to something, I know it. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasho may take some convincing. He probably will. Even after everything else. Doubly so if we mention Yotsuyu. I think this is the last quest I can do before I actually have to stop. Because I think the one after this is when things get a little long. Yeah, no way this was voiced. Now there is a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble lord of Doma into the company of bilge-rats such as we? If you've come to no. His was a lot smoother and more suave. If you've come to offer Doma chains in place of guardian ones, then I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. And what fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Well, this should be interesting to see how he convinces them. And they're speechless. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now, we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you, and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. And I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you say? Seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all of this? Profit? Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Pirates. Pirates, I'll say. Have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You'll find we're simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Deny us our due, and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. I'm sure we can find some way to sweeten this pot for you. Unbelievable. Calm yourself, Mistress Hallisey. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army. I knew it! I knew there had to be some conscripts from the Ruby Sea in there. And as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask that you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. The losses we suffered at the Guardian's hands are no secret, but since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Yeah, that's true. These guys will have a leg up on that. Very well. The Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she has yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below. When you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming around the hull to check for weaknesses. That is, if Doman Lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this, Doman Lord. If we each inspect a third of the ship, it shall be done in a thrice. That is the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. An apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Inashi. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this. Ihanashi, I think we'll go with that. And I thought I had a knack for parleying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Yeah, that's true. We also had Lisa around. And trust me, she made it far more interesting. Well, I'd thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. Well, this is not how I expected to spend my last quest before calling it a day. Being a shipwright. I've had weirder tasks, I suppose. So you want me to check the hull of the boat. Clearly, there's at least one spot I can check over here. On closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks. Ooh, that, yeah, we can't have that. Excuse me, LSA. Guess the other spot was on the far side. I had to go the long way around, didn't I? Hello. Let's see, how's this one looking? I see no signs of damage here. So just the one crack. It's perfectly fine. Now I just gotta get up out of the water and find this guy I'm supposed to talk to. I'm guessing you're a Hanashi, right? Ah, I'm the shipwright, apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention? The section I inspected seems solid enough. Well, I found one big old crack in there. On the port side, near the bow, you say? Alright, I'll have a look and see what I can do. And what about you, Hien? My apologies, I seem to have left behind. I could float in that gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. He seems very surprised that Hien do this. You're Lord Hien! The captain sent you to inspect the hull? God may have mercy. Forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. Please don't kill me. No, I don't look like that. Ha, that's quite alright. In fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you are of Doma. Yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There's no leaving once you've joined. How fares our lady? Is she seaworthy? I assume it's this character. Oh, no. Wrong character, sorry. Captain, we found a small crack in the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. I see you have met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he's nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts, as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to leave this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I have heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin in homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside? If I allow it. I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. Speaking from experience there. My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot. But he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is a life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more. Be it in Yangsha or out on the Ruby Sea, we have a duty to ensure that Inahashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. That actually worked out pretty well. Well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let us return to the Enclave. Alright, the hour of the exchange is getting closer here. It seems Yugiri and Alphino completed their task before us. They've been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange and pray to the kami these precautions were unnecessary. Man, I wish you would stop tempting fate like that. I really do. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time I have for today. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.